I'm going to show you two of my favorite pressure cooker recipes. It's a different brand of pasta, so it could be the reason, but as like a one pot meal, I'm absolutely fine with that. Leave it like that and hopefully it works. I'm going to spray this very, very lightly with oil. I am obsessed. Weird smell. Hey! Okay, so I'm sure you've had those nights where you just want to eat comfort food, you're ready to order from the Domino's app, and I don't know about you, but I have those literally every single week. Let me know in the comments if you're the same. When those moments strike, something that I love to do is make comfort food in my pressure cooker. I absolutely love it, and it makes my life so much easier. So today I'm going to be sharing with you two of my favorite pressure cooker recipes. These are super satisfying, they are quick to make, you can just dump the ingredients in and walk away. We've got a pasta in there, and then also something called khichidi, which I've been obsessed with lately. And yeah, both of these are full of tons of vegetables, they're great for weight loss, they have tons of whole food ingredients. So let's get into the recipes. What are you eating? So I'm going to saute the onions first. So I'm just going to, where is it, saute. Okay, so with this, now that the onions are done, I want to actually turn it off because I want to put all the veg in there before I put it on to pressure cook. And I'm also going to put a tin of pasta sauce. I'm going to put a tin of chopped tomatoes in. I like using fresh tomatoes, but I actually want them for my other recipes, so I didn't think about that. And I'm going to put the capers, good dollop of those. I'll put a red wine vinegar, splash of that. Salt, of course pepper. Now I'm going to do 3 cups of water. And I'm actually going to put my pasta in first. So I've got this kind of pasta. So far I found this is the best one that works, but you could try with other pastas. I'm not sure how long they'll take to cook. Pour him in. So it's going to serve quite a few servings. Now I'm going to put in some of the water. I'm not going to put all of it because I'm just going to eyeball it. No, I'm definitely going to need all of that water. And now the trick here is to make sure that the pasta is covered with liquid so that it actually cooks. So I like to, you can see that it's not quite cooked, it's not quite covered. Might be because I've put more veggies in than I have in the past. So I'm just going to add a little bit more water. Get that down. You could also put mushrooms or really anything in here. And now we're going to pressure cook it. The fun part, so make sure that your little pressure cooker dial thing is set to closed. Manual pressure for 4 minutes. And you just leave it like that and hopefully it works. Alright, so this is looking awesome, and now I'm going to give it a bit of a taste test. Good. I think it needs a little bit more salt, so I'm just going to season it with some garlic salt. Really, this is the kind of the time where you put whatever, you just season to taste, right? Like when I'm looking at that, I'd probably do it for 3 minutes next time. And maybe use a little bit less water, probably the water that I originally thought was fine. It's a different brand of pasta, so it could be the reason, but as like a one pot meal, I'm absolutely fine with that. That's good. Alright, so we're going to do the final taste test. Look how good this looks. I'm so excited to eat this, and I'm obsessed with having pasta with a little bit of hummus. But of course I need to put a little bit of chili flakes. If you are a chili flakes person, let me know in the comments. I just put it on everything pretty much. Alright, let's give this a go. Get a bit of hummus and a bit of that basil. Get an olive in there. Look at that. How good does that look? So good. Pasta is probably slightly overcooked. Could be, maybe if I'd have like undone it straight away, it would have been a little bit better. But for one pot, that is amazing. I'm gonna go enjoy this. Definitely make this and let me know if you do. It is so good. Okay, so for this recipe, khichidi that I'm gonna make, I'm going to spray this very, very lightly with oil. I hardly ever use oil. But the only reason I'm doing that is that I'm going to be putting these cumin seeds in first, and I don't want them to stick, and I also don't think it's good for my pressure cooker to not have anything in it. So I'm going to show you, I'm just going to put the smallest amount, literally like that much, and then turn this on to saute. Put about a teaspoon of cumin seeds. A bit more than that, and then let that heat up. So you want to make sure these seeds are just getting a little bit toasted. Put this stuff in. Very, very small amount of this, which you can only get, I'm pretty sure, from Indian shops. It has a very, very interesting, weird smell. I wouldn't say weird, but unusual, I should say. And put literally like a quarter of a teaspoon in there. Put this, lots of tomato juice spill. I'll put this in now. Get your hands all juicy. Now I've turned this off now because I've got a couple of other things to put in before we add more, before we cook it. So just leave it like that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to wash this mixed lentil mix. So basically I just put equal parts of red lentils, I've got yellow dal, I've got green split dal, I've got a black one in there, and then some other variety as well. So you'll see when I link the video exactly what this mix is, but I just do it up, and then I mix 1 cup of this with 1 cup of white basmati rice. There you go. And then you want to wash it really well. It starts to go a bit yellow from the dal. So it's starting to get more clear. I'm just going to leave it at that. Put this in with our mix. Just even seeing those combinations together makes me happy. This is like comfort food for your gut microbiome. Tons of fiber in there. I'll put 6 cups of water in. Actually, I'll just put 5 cups. Nearly 5 cups of water. Put it all in so it looks like that. And then I've got some fenugreek leaves here, so I'm just going to put dried ones, put some of these in. I just put loads. I'm not even sure how much, maybe like 1/4 of a cup. And then like quite a big pinch of salt for this. And that's it. And so this is going to go on for manual pressure 5 minutes. Okay, so the khichdi is done. It's actually been done a little while because we were filming another video, but you can see that it looks quite mushy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add a little bit of water and see what it looks like. It's kind of like a stew. It's kind of good to actually add a bit of water afterwards. Well, I like to anyway, because I have kids and they don't like really hot food. Add a little bit more. I'm also going to add in some frozen peas, and I like this because it cools it down really quickly and it just makes it look a lot more vibrant. And the heat from the stew or the khichdi is going to really, what anything you're making, whether risotto, whether it's khichdi, whatever, is going to cook the peas. So I pretty much always add in peas last, because if you cook this with peas in it, they're gonna go quite yellowy, kind of overcooked. So to me that's perfect. So I tasted it, and to me it just needs a bit more salt, so I'm going to put a bit more salt in. I'm going to let that sit a little while, and we're going to make up some papadums and a few little things for toppings. Alright, so I love to get papadums, and I just get them from my Indian shop local Indian shop. And rather than deep frying them, which is what you traditionally would do, I think you can put them over a flame as well, but what I like to do is just put them into the microwave. So these are quite calorie dense, but I'm not going to have a ton of them, and it's a great way to just add like a little bit of flavour to this dish. Put 2 in there, then I'll put it on for 45 seconds. I'll do 50. Okay, I'm super excited to eat this, and I'm sure that this is probably not a very traditional way to eat khichdi, but I just love adding some avocado and some lime and coriander, and then there's some sumac on top, and then tomato in there as well. So just use one of these and let's do a little bit of a taste test. Let me know if you've made this before and any tips that you have for me. I am obsessed. Check this out. Ooh, baby. It's so good. To me, this is like the ultimate comfort food. It really is super comforting. And the fact that this has got peas and potatoes, 5 different types of lentils or dal, rice in there, tomatoes, onions, all of that good stuff. It's just such a healthy meal as well. You have to give this one a go. Losing weight is not just about the calories that are in any meal. It's about being able to choose something like khichdi or something like a veggie-filled pasta when you want to go and eat a burger. It's about developing consistency in your lifestyle so that even when you are wanting to go and eat whatever it is that is going to be like 4,000 calories, like a tub of Ben & Jerry's, that's like 1,500 calories. It's insanely calorie dense. That you go and eat something a little bit better instead, or a lot better in this instance. I think it's really important to have backup meals like this, things that you can make quickly and that you know satisfy that kind of comfort food spot. And a lot of people rave about a pressure cooker or an instant pot, and I do actually find it super helpful. I think that if you are wanting something that is going to make your life a lot easier in terms of being able to cook something quickly and then walk away, they are great. I find that I barely even use my stove these days. I'll just use the pressure cooker, put it on a satay setting, put the glass lid on, and then use it like a big pot. So the brand that I got is the Crock Pot, but I'm sure the Instant Pot is just as good. It's just not as easy to get in New Zealand. I hope you like this video and that you're going to try these recipes. Let me know in the comments which one you want to try, and you can also find them up on the blog. I'm going to go enjoy some paparami goodness. Alright, that's it from me. If you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Please consider subscribing, and I'll see you next week for another video.